TV, and this is Rajupu, and I'm here with none other than Ice from Clan LOL. Ice, thank you for joining us.
So we're going to announce who's playing?
Yep, let's do that right now. All right, so in the bottom left-hand corner, we do have Relic with ImNotGrayson. Top left-hand side, we have HotSauce with Zephyril. I don't know who Zephyril is, but welcome. Welcome to Marine Arena Masters.
He was Mastermind's partner back in the Tournament 6, I believe.
Awesome.
Very, very solid player. And on the top right, we have Gannicus and NotAGlassCannon. And on the bottom right, we have the Patient and the Panda Paw.
I like the new clan emblem. That's really cute.
Which one?
The troll face.
Oh, of course.
That's super hilarious. I love it. Love it, love it. And of course, we do have from SuprSP's NotAGlassCannon, he has the dog from Dogcoin. I had no clue what this image was until he introduced me to Dogcoin.
Yeah, I have no idea what the Dogcoin is either.
And looking at the units tab real quick, it looks like, whoa, we have a really early DTE coming out from Gannicus, Commando coming out from the Patient. We have a really early Overseer from the Panapaw. And Ice, you've been using Overseer a lot, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good with it.
Now, can you tell the audience why you choose to go with the Overseer early?
It's good. One is you can mix the Changeling once you're pretty good at microing that. Detonating and one by one, it instantly kill a whole bulk of Marines. So once you sneak one in there, it's like an instant fungal. But it's much safer, and also the utility of the Overseer, you can stun and pick off units very easily, and also it gives you a speed bonus. So overall, it's just a very good unit.
Very nice, thank you. Now, does it justify the cost of $475 if you don't use Changelings?
Definitely, because if you can keep it alive all game, which usually you can, it's well worth it. Because you can pick your positioning because of the speed bonus, as well as stun any hero play, and overall it's pretty good. What you want to know is Grayson and Relic, they're doing a share control to Ghost. That's going to be able to pick off the Vikings from top left very easily with just right clicks. And also we have a Raven coming out. So I'm thinking that, let's see here. Seems like Grayson is microing the whole army, while Relic is doing all the elites.
And if you notice top left, electing to go with a lot of early Vikings. Look at that. That's 2 each. We could even see 6 total.
And they're doing share control as well. And it looks like we're going to see 4 Ravens from bottom left. So it's going to be 2 Ghosts, 4 Ravens. That's going to be a very interesting combination.
Looking at the Productions tab, it does look like everybody going sharpshooters. There is one Zealot coming out for Gannicus, Zerglings coming out for Zephyril, and Marauders coming out from bottom left. And it looks like, wow, those Vikings almost killing the Ravens there. Able to take down the PDD. And a lot of stuff going on in the middle. Look at this. Nice surround.
Overseer almost dead. He should transfuse. He has full energy and he's not using it, which is a big waste right now.
I 100% agree. There he goes. He did finally transfuse.
Yeah, and also the creep is really benefiting the Zealot right now to go into their face. So he might be better off turning the creep off, just so that it would make the Zealots slower.
I agree. In fact, these Ravens, they're in a lot of trouble. And more Vikings coming in. Wow, that Raven, 100 hit points, almost died.
What Grayson should be doing right now is just to right-click all the Ravens. Oh, so one Ghost went down in trade of did one Raven? I think one Raven died. I mean, one Viking died as well. And one Ghost got taken out.
Top left did lose a Viking for a Ghost. I almost feel like it'd be more worth it to lose the Ghost rather than a Viking. Which one is worth more?
They're the same, I think.
Looks like there's a little bit of action going on in the middle, and a lot of Reapers coming out for NotAGlassCannon. Perhaps that's just to deal with some of the heroes and even some of the elites that are out on the field.
The Overseer dies to the Void Prism. And that's what you don't want to do with an Overseer.
And that's going to set him back quite far. That's a really heavy investment. 475 is nothing to disregard. I mean, that's a lot of money.
Those Zealots are doing really well right now.
Which is strange, because usually against sharpshooters, they really don't do that good. But mixed in with the DT, yeah, they're not doing bad at all, are they?
Yeah, well, pretty much, so everyone went either elite or hero play, and with stim rings, that can tear things up really quick. So both bot left doesn't have any merc upgrades. So they can just go in there and kill everything because they're so invested into the hero and Overseer.
Nice. It looks like NotAGlassCannon losing one of the Reapers. Just lost a second. And there we go. Just now scanning to see where that Mando is. Losing 2 Reapers. That's really unfortunate. Meanwhile, that Void Prison going to town.
What's he doing?
Overextended himself.
Yeah.
He's still there with the DT, though. He's still doing a lot of damage.
The DT is farming very well. 200 kills, that's very insane. It's actually really a level 2 Zertual. So he's teching DT.
And look at how many Vikings there are out on the field. That's 5 so far. We'll see if he decides to replace it with 6. He's definitely just going for a straight counter to bottom left with those Ravens.
Yep.
And there he goes. Oh, almost getting a kill. It looks like there it is. Finally, so we see 6 Vikings out on the field. Are there any ups? It looks like, yeah, there's 1 up for Zephyril and 2 up for HotSauce. And that's just going to make them even more powerful. These Ravens could be in a lot of trouble, Ice. It looks like NotAGlassCannon engaging with HotSauce on the left-hand side. And coming up from the top is Panda Paw. It's not going to be able to do any damage, though, but here comes the Mando. And nice, able to pick up the Reaper. Very nicely done.
Good EMPs.
Now, despite losing those Reapers, they're actually in a really good position. NotAGlassCannon and Gannicus are both in the 2000s, where everyone else is still below. Catching up, though, slowly is Relic and Grayson.
He's going air.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. He has 1,400 banked up.
He does. 1348. Do you think possibly he could be going for an what would you call it? Like an elite hero, an epic hero? What would you call that?
What? I don't understand.
The heroes from the heroes that cost, what is it, 1250 or 1350?
Okay. Yeah. I don't think so, or else he would have gotten it by now. And you really want to
Savior.
Savior.
And it didn't connect with anything. Oh. Disappointing for Grayson, I'm sure. And oh no, these Vikings. PDD was dropped. It's completely out of energy, though.
Counter to the Raven.
It is. So guys, if you're watching at home, keep this in mind. If somebody next to you goes Ravens, that's a really good strategy to do. The only thing is, though, is that he's lost about 2 Ravens so far, or 2 Vikings so far, only picking off a Ghost.
And they killed a Raven as well.
Did they? I totally missed it.
Yeah, but it's more so it's constantly forcing the PDD on the Raven, so they're not really farming at all. It's like a waste of 350 flying all over the place.
Now, Glass Cannon, he's sitting at 2,000 minerals. I'm not sure why he isn't buying anything. This is really interesting. I guess he's just waiting to see what everybody else is going to go to before he decides to commit to an air unit.
Probably. Look, observers coming out because they don't know how to deal with the DT.
Ooh, and there comes an Odin. So it's good that he waited because now he might change his mind about what elite he's going to go. Or I'm sorry, what mercenary.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see what he decides to do. He's still sitting at 1989.
Double Odin.
Oh
this is literally a troll game. They're yeah. Could work out though. It's a great counter to those Vikings.
And there we go. It looks like NotAGlassCannon electing to go with a tier 3, and he has selected Immortal.
Oh my god, that DT is just going to town. Seems like bottom right is very behind. They hardly have anything. I don't know why he would get an observer when he has commando that can just EMP.
All right, guys, I do apologize for that brief interruption. It looks like the cord actually fell right out of the microphone, but now we're back on. Can you hear me okay, Ice?
Yeah.
All right. And there has been some readjusting of the microphone. Hopefully I'm coming in nice, loud, and clear. And let's get back to the action. Now, this is really interesting. He's still deciding to go Gannicus with Stim Marines. However, there's absolutely no upgrades.
He's only teching the DT. So I'm thinking we're going to see a Dark Archon soon.
Let's take a look at the units tab and see what level it is at. Oh my gosh, it's level 4 right now. And it's very unusual to see anybody go straight hero. I don't favor it. Whenever I see people play it, it's a little hard. I mean, usually you have to get at least a tier 3 mercenary to kind of go with it just in case you lose it. But that doesn't seem to be the case for Gannicus.
We have stalkers coming up from top left.
Ooh, yeah, they are Lancers and also Goliaths coming out for HotSauce. And I'm really surprised that these Ravens are still alive, double Seeker Missile, considering there's so many Vikings out on the field. And there's back and forth going on everywhere, Ice. Oh my gosh, it looks like Zephyril? Oh my gosh. Losing a lot of units there with an engagement between Spider Venom, or NotAGlassCannon and Gannicus. Meanwhile, there's a lot of stuff going on from bottom right. It looks like Grayson and Relic are just doing so well with these Thors. And Gannicus even able to pick off a Viking right there.
Yeah, I really like the position Gannicus is in because everyone is investing in elites or heroes, and they don't have enough damage. Once you void prison, the Vikings they won't have any damage to kill the DT. It can just keep on warping in and out, feeding for free basically because they're not farming anything else, and it'll be impossible for them to kill the hero.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a very good point, Ice. I do love that I have somebody who can give the more analytical side, as I like to just capture the action and see what's going on. So thank you for the analysis. That's definitely wise words.
Yeah, no problem.
Now, how do you feel that Dark Archon is going to deal with the double Odin? I mean, double Odin, if leveled up, could be quite strong. And they do a lot of damage versus heroic.
Yeah, but they're the far corner, so it'll be unlikely for the Dark Archon is going to feed on top left and bot right, which don't really have an answer for. And by the point where when he gets it and feeds off of them, the two Odin will be too late. because it will just farm way faster than Odin. He shouldn't be going in here though. That's a death trap.
Now I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ice, but now that Mando knows that they're going straight DT, do you think he should start leveling up the Mando or leveling up his mercenaries?
Well, that's what he's doing, but it's going to be a big fail because once you get Void, you take a few hits, the Mando's dead. So even a DT right now can harass the Mando better than it can harass the DT.
Uh-oh, it looks like HotSauce having a little bit of trouble here. Could lag out, and hopefully not. That might explain why he's a little bit far behind. He's not quite as far down as the Panda Paw, but he's definitely second place right now. And it looks like, yeah, he might be gone.
Mm.
All right, Ice, so real quick, while we're waiting, you feel like Gannicus is a favorite to win?
It's hard to say because the strat that NotAGlassCannon is going through might not be the best choice. So it's really a flip between Relic, Grayson, and Gannicus and NotAGlassCannon. It's gonna be interesting once the Dark Archon comes out. If it does, he might be just planning to keep on blink harassing with the DT and just have fun with that instead of getting a Dark Archon.
Yeah, maximum DT is really, really powerful. And it's very fast, so he would be able to just farm very well. He could even focus just on getting, high attack.
He killed another Viking.
Wow. As I was saying, he could focus on getting just really, really high attack, and then with those upgrades, he could transition into possibly some marine play, as he does have the stim.
Look at how big that Void Prism is.
That is huge.
Yeah.
And he's got really tight control with it as well. Nice micro from NotAGlassCannon. I love seeing just a little bit of micro coming out from the units. If you defense matrix all your units, you're missing out, especially if they get surrounded. So I like seeing that defense matrix micro. Very nice, GlassCannon. He must be listening to my streams every once in a while.
Yeah, you definitely are very fussy about it, but nobody really does it, so it's good to reward them with some recognition when they actually micro.
Oh yeah. In fact, I've seen you do it a few times, so Ice,
well, yeah,
good job.
I always do it, of course.
Savior! Oh no, he's mismicroing it a little bit. And oh, did you see it move to the right just a little, and it didn't get the maximum shoot-offs that it could.
That Mando has been owning those Ravens nonstop. He messed up the last hit there. That Mando has killed pretty much every single Raven.
And that Mando is owned by the patient, and as you can see in his points value, he is going up very high.
Mm-hmm.
4,129.
Look at that DT. There's nothing that can kill it.
Uh-oh.
Mando's going to go down.
Ooh.
The DT could dive right now. That's what I would do.
And look at this. Another Raven coming in from bottom left. And this could just be a mistake. The Mando is just going to pick it off.
In this situation, he should totally die for it. One scan, one Void Prison, kill the Mando. Even if he loses his DT, which is very unlikely, he can just buy it back for way cheaper than the Mando. And it'll be revived faster.
Oh, we could even see that. Dived and got it.
Go.
And is this thing max? Oh my gosh, it's max.
Yep.
Look at it just going across the map like crazy. Gannicus is on fire this game. Ooh, oh no, he blinked to the wall. Fast blinks though. Tight control, tight control. Now, how do you feel about GlassCannon deciding to go with Immortal? Is that the kind of merc you would choose in this situation with the DT?
I wouldn't, because DT is fast, Immortal is slow. So basically, they're not gonna be fighting together, and it's a weird combination.
It is. What unit do you think you would go?
I'll go Mita.
Well, we all know that at home, but all right, yeah, Muta. Well, considering that there's two Odins out on the field,
Immortal is a good choice too. All he has to do is hold middle or just fighting top left, and he's just trading better overall because they're quite behind, because they lost 4 Vikings each, so their points are actually 800 each less than GlassCannon.
So technically, HotSauce would be at about 2,000, where Zephyril would be at about 3.
Correct.
All right, so we have the 10-minute mark, and there we go, the Dark Archon. Very fast, 20-minute on the dot, Dark Archon. Now, how do you think these guys should respond to something like that?
We're going to see lots of Overseers.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's still a lot of Ravens. And you know what? The patient just needs to go for it. Look, he's leaving them back a little bit. I bet you he could pick those off. That's a lot of units.
He needs to get a mothership or support tower and just pick off something and recall. That would be a nice strategy to go.
That would be. I totally favor the support tower. I don't think it's used quite enough.
No, and the reason why is because the energy on that is so slow.
It is.
Yeah, so you can't scan, and recall costs a lot of energy too. And if you're not planning to drop Marines, then the anti-unit tower is way better, especially when someone rushes your base. At least you can defend, whereas support tower you can't. So.
Now, early on the forum, you had mentioned a change to the Ragnarok beam, and I kind of wanted to mention that as we go further. The Ragnarok beam I've noticed on the anti-hero tower is very weak as well. Do you think both of them need to be buffed?
I wasn't nobody uses. Oh shit! Wait, watch the Mando there. Very close. Almost
very
dead.
Close. Observer down.
Yeah. Almost nobody uses the Ragnarok beam on the anti-hero tower. So I wasn't even thinking about it, although it would make sense for it to be buffed. It's just when you grab beam someone, you can't use that spell. So in most situations, it's useless because, it's just a difficult spell to use on the anti-hero tower.
It is. Well, I ran into a situation where I was playing a game against a honey badger, and he was armor capping my units. So there was no way. Obviously, I want Marines. I love Marines. Mm-hmm. So he armor capped them naturally. It was within the first 20 or 30 minutes of the game. No, it was actually 14 minutes in, if I remember. Mm-hmm. So it was a 14-minute honey badger, and I could not graviton. So instead, I chose to use Ragnarok, and I tickled the honey badger. It didn't do any damage.
Yeah.
Which is strange, because didn't Ragnarok Beam even get upgraded for Colossus? I feel like it was very strong. It must have received a nerf recently.
Yeah, I think base Ragnarok Beam, it doesn't do much damage, which is what the anti-hero unit got. So, wow, big battle. And yeah, bottom right, their units are worthless. It's just a huge feed.
We do have Graviton, but he can't do anything about it.
Exactly.
Just going to back out. That Mando not in a position to do any damage. And you're right, Ice. He's in a lot of trouble. Bottom right. Just now switching to destroyers.
Keep on feeding off them. Even the Odins, like the Odin won't do much damage to the Dark Archon. They need to get Overseers fast. And Relic and Grayson should be having the creep so that they will at least move a bit faster.
Both Odins are level 2. And I would say for sure, definitely possibly think about switching to a tier 3 unit, because look at this. They both have tier 1 units. And that's just going to be pure feed. In fact, with the low upgrades, even those tier 3 units would be just pure feed. So I would definitely say, like you said, an Overseer, but what else should I get in this situation? Should they get more Ghosts? Phoenix for sure.
Yeah.
Phoenix is very, very strong right now.
When you upgrade it, but it doesn't feed that well, so it's a tough choice. It's a tough thing to balance. Yeah, but see what I mean? That Dark Archon just going to town.
That was look at it
on both sides.
It's almost at 1,000 kills.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. Ugh. Commando down. And wow, Gannicus is just going to town. I can't believe it's sitting there at 912. Must be one of those OTM bugged units. And there we go. It looks like a contamination did go down on the Archon, but just not able to do the damage. In fact, the Archon just going back. He says, I don't even care. Going right into the base. And I still love seeing the micro glass cannon. Slow clap. Very nice. I love it. But the good kind of slow clap. This is very nice. And I think Zephyr knows. Zephyril saying, damn it, there's just nothing he can do. Did he use a save? Wait a minute. What is he talking about?
Oh, there goes the Ghost. And wow, the Odin's almost dead. He should be taking off the auto cast for Void Prism. Yeah. That way he can use it better.
And his points just keep going up. Look at this, 8,519. And he was on par with Grayson and Relic, but now he's just getting such a lead. Unbelievable, 1,056 kills. And rising, 26 minutes into the game. Uh-oh, could overextend himself a little. He doesn't have a whole lot of units. Did he just, wait, did he just blink right in?
Yeah, he blinked in there.
Oh my gosh, it's so low.
He should be fine.
Oh no, it's so close. Oh no, one more blink. Where's the call down? Oh, he blinked out.
Yeah.
Oh, he only has a radar tower. Unfortunate.
It's okay, they have map control, so he can just sit in middle. But now top left has no savior, so
you know,
game over soon.
Speaking about the saviors, I've noticed that saviors they're just not that effective. Did something happen with the saviors recently? Do you know?
No, they're pretty good. I mean, against hero, you don't want it to one beam and instant kill.
Well, we ran into a similar situation. It was like I said, the 14-minute Honey Badger. He was very fed. I mean, he was at about 5,000, but we had a contamination on it, and we used a savior, and it couldn't kill it. It just got it a little under half. And I've noticed that sometimes it misses a little bit against mutas and things like that. Do you think it's a little glitchy? What's going on with the savior?
Yeah, the muta thing, I see it many times. I think it's more the So speaking of magic box. Oh wow,
nice.
That was awesome. Odin cannot get Void Prism, but the unit trapped it.
That was beautiful.
So speaking of magic box, when you magic box perfectly, the splash hardly hit the unit. So it might be that the muta were so spaced out that the one shot didn't splash because it was in perfect distance to be magic boxed. I think that's the reason in terms of air getting splashed. But with hero, it's more the armor itself. And yeah, I don't know why, but sometimes you'll see that it takes quite a while for it to kill. But yeah, Gannicus runs away with the game. Very, very good. Never seen a Dark Archon winning a game yet. This is the first.
he had incredibly tight control with that DT very early on.
Yeah, well, I felt like everyone went with a weird tech path that. Could we see it going down? No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think he's got it. Those, oh my gosh, the Immortals are just eating the army. And Gannicus coming in and cleaning up the rest.
Everyone went like a hero and elite, which just let him farm a lot, because all the Marines, all the Merc wasn't doing damage to the DT. Enough damage anyways for it to just constantly feed for free. Because if they don't kill the DT, they're not getting any feed at all, which starves everyone else as well.
It did, and they just great job. You know, for a minute I thought maybe the Immortals was a weird choice, but it didn't even matter.
No, all he has to do is to hold middle, and Gannicus can just constantly kill everything.
And it looks like now that Gannicus has invested a little bit in Marines, he's letting them do a little bit of the dirty work. He has blinked in, and that's what he keeps doing. He's trying to focus the Overseer, but the Overseer is able to get the lock on it. But, ooh, he was able to pick it off. And his shields are down, but there's just no units that can do any damage. Even Glass Cannon is here. He could totally heal. He does. He's healing the Archon. And that's going to be it. Top left has been eliminated. Bottom left has been eliminated. And I don't think bottom right is going to be able to do anything in this position. It looks like it is. A clean sweep. Gannicus, very strong. Great game. Oh my gosh. Look at the radius. And look, the Mando, like you said.
Yep.
Just a few hits. And he's got to run home. There's no attack upgrades on the Commando either. It is level 5, but it's just not going to be enough.
Mm-hmm.
Gannicus saying GG. He's calling it. It pretty much is. And surprising that Glass Cannon is even ahead of Gannicus. How did that happen?
I think he got the base kills.
That's just Gannicus being generous. And I think they're just weary about the saves, but there's only one.
No, they're worried about the anti-hero tower, which Glass Cannon took care of. So now Gannicus can come in with the Dark Archon.
Very nice. Savior was used, and now it's just clean up time.
What's he doing with the Commando? Very out of position.
I don't think he even cares.
Yeah.
It's over. In fact, he's electing to use the snipes on the units. He doesn't care. He knows it's GG. And there it is. GG, well played.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable. An EMP even on the Dark Archon. And look, Gannicus isn't even scanning for the Mando. There we go. And that's it, guys. Your winners here tonight are going to be Gannicus and SuprSP's NotAGlassCannon. Ice, thank you for joining us today for the MA Masters. Perhaps we'll see you in the next game.
Yeah, of course.
All right, guys. This is Ragey Poo reminding you to set your opponents to easy mode. Take care.